So the final bit we're going to look at is task 7 for project 5, and this is the final evaluation. Now I know you've already handed in a written evaluation, but you focused that on the day at York St John and the event and how you did there. But also you need to be evaluating in the lead up. I know we've talked about reviewing a couple of bits in tasks 2, 3, 4, 5, but I just want you to inform in your blog how you feel you've developed as a lighting operator, a sound operator, a technician from the initial point in November where we said we're going to go and do the Co-Create Festival at York St John, up to the point where last week we went to York and the event happened.
I feel like it's been good to develop my skills on quick changes and editing scripts, because like I could come in one day, the scene could be planned, we would all be ready to go, and I come in the next day and I find out like everything's been changed and we restart again, like what happened a lot with the level 3s due to different issues with their pacing of their piece.
Right.
I've also found it good to just watch something and bring in my own interpretation of what I feel like the lighting and sound should entail. Like from the songs being sad, going to a happy, which would be a major contrast from dark, moody colours to a nice, bright, that invokes like happiness and oranges and yeah.
What about working on, say, our lighting board and then going to somewhere different that had a completely different setup? Did you find yourself taking it in your stride? Were you panicking? What was kind of the thing
initially on seeing their board compared to ours, because I use multifunction faders at ours because our Q stacks doesn't work as well. Finding out that I'd have to set up my lights as a Q stack was rather stressful at first, but once I realized how the Ion X2 board worked, I realized that if anything it made life easier, and it taught me some great skills on how to set Q stacks and just have it all run through one button, just click whenever I believe that the Q is right.
Okay. Would you say you grew in confidence across the project?
I'd argue, yeah. I'd feel more comfortable just going to a new performance venue with an idea and just presenting it back and doing production elements on it, as now I feel like I know how to hop on any different desk.
Okay. And how about working with your peers? You're a lighting operator and a lot of them are performance-based. Did you feel you developed enough in confidence to be able to say, I would suggest this at this point, or did you feel you couldn't?
I feel confident enough to recommend what I believe would be best to help them. As, like I say, for the level 3 scene with the two sides, the stage left and right coming up and down, I'm glad that was recommended, as the constant blackouts in our own venue were really, it would be too like much for the audience to just constantly have light going up and down.
Yeah. Okay. What else have we got on there? So you've critically evaluated the actual piece and the day in your written review. You've just mentioned there about what you've done to inform your own development. Did you get any feedback from the staff you were working with? Because unlike the other learners who went off and had workshops, you shadowed the theatre technicians. How do you feel that went?
Shadowing them went well. It allowed me to plan, for instance, the sound cues. I was able to talk to their sound engineer and say, I'll cue you when different stuff happens, as I knew their own script compared to someone who's got fresh eyes for it.
Yeah.
Though, apologies, can you repeat the question?
So when we were at the venue, you worked, unlike the other students who went off and did the workshops in like more performance aspects, you got to shadow the lighting and the sound operators. So what did you feel about your development with that? Was that a useful thing? Did you feel a bit nervous and apprehensive? Were you able to say, I require this, and did they come up with that?
Like I said, with the sound engineer, I also was great to just understand how their board worked and have a clear idea how to set up a Q stack and all that, as he talked me through it when we were doing different schools pieces.
Okay.
And essentially watching other schools get it done, let me know how ours would do when we had to set up ours. Yeah.
Okay. And I think that's it. Your evaluation will be written, recorded in audio or video format. Obviously, you've got some written and you've got the other bit in audio format there.
Yeah.
Did you get any feedback from the lighting or the sound operators
Um,
on the day, thanking you?
I
do
got-
not come back again. Anything?
The only thing I can think of, I mean, he thanked me for it and said I did a good job, so that was good. And the only other thing I can recommend was that he recommended me go to Academy of Life Technology for what my next steps, as apparently I can, I possess the skills capable to do it.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. Excellent. Well done.
Right.